As if this Israel, US, and the conflict between Iran is not enough. International companies, international agencies, and major countries are also worried about the rise of artificial intelligence and the use of the same in national security aspirations. If you also talk about the recent ongoing crisis between Iran and Israel plus US, you see, AI has been deployed in so many amount of attacks. Let us actually understand the very details of the same. The main context of this beautiful editorial in the Hindu is that American AI labs, the Pentagon of the US, which is considered their own security behemoth in the US, and the Chinese tech companies are right now highlighting a very silent crisis which is going on. That is the use of AI in the various civilian defense programs and also directly in war. So let us understand it from the perspective of GS2 and GS3, where we have the topics of IR and also how AI is impacting our day-to-day lives. So firstly, understand two important major events which occurred in the last 1 month. Firstly, we are getting to hear this term model distillation. Model distillation can be understood by understanding the recent tweet or the message which has been released on x.com by Anthropic. You know guys, Anthropic was in the news. Why? Because its Opus model has outperformed some of the various big technological companies. Because Opus and its various other AI models are AI agents. AI agents are beyond your generative AI of ChatGPT, Gemini. Agents can go on to perform various automatic tasks. For example, if you can tell the agent that book a flight for me on this date, also book some hotels and restaurants for my stay, it will do that. So this is the powerful agent that we are talking about right now, which is totally transforming the entire amount of human activities and the economic activities we are involved in, even defense. But we'll be coming to defense later on. Firstly, understand what is happening right now. So what happened? The main story starts when the US government restricted the supply of graphical processing units to China. Why? Because US already under the Joe Biden administration previous to Trump was scared that China will be going ahead of US in the AI race. So to build AI centers, to build a lot of AI research centers, you need a lot of graphical processing units. And most of the same is manufactured by Nvidia in the world right now. So what the US did, US told Nvidia that China cannot get the top supply of GPUs, which will help China's own AI revolution. Now, since China actually was facing this kind of semiconductor restrictions by the US, China did a very clever thing. China played teacher-student game. China did what? Various big companies such as DeepSeek, Moonshot AI, and Minimax, which are big startups and companies in China, they did what? They took paid subscriptions of Claude, that is, Anthropic's AI model. They took subscriptions of Google Gemini. They took subscriptions of OpenAI and various other US-based AI models. Now, what they did, the Chinese AI startups, they played the role of a student. Just like all of you are actually listening to me, you are actually gathering information what I'm trying to tell you. So the Chinese AI models, they asked a lot of questions to the teachers such as ChatGPT, Claude and Gemini, which are actually quite advanced AI models in the US, right, as of now. We all know about that. But DeepSeek and all these companies are not that big. And on the top of it, they are also facing that semiconductor shortage in the supply because US has restricted that. So the students of China, I mean these AI models, are asking a lot of questions, millions of questions. They're taking paid subscriptions and they're taking a lot of questions. For example, the Chinese companies, they're asking the ChatGPT and Claude that how your AI model is designed. What are the various codes that you think that went into your model preparation? What are the various data that you are using? What are the various codes and the various algorithms that can make an AI model even better? How can a company who does not have advanced graphics card, right, GPUs, can perform better even without using them. So what is actually happening is that using paid subscription, China is totally stealing. By the word of Anthropic, they are stealing their algorithms, their amount of data, and the way these advanced AI models are functioning. This is a process which is known as distillation, where the outputs of a stronger and more AI advanced models are used to teach and train a weaker and cheaper AI models. And this is why the Chinese companies right now are releasing AI models which are using older versions of graphics card, the GPUs, older versions of NVIDIA GPUs, but still they are actually significantly performing well when we compare it to OpenAI and the various other responses. For example, if you talk about the Chat GPT training cost, it went into hundreds of millions of dollars. But when we talk about the DeepSeek, it only invested, or it only took around $5.6 million maybe. Most of it went after subscriptions of OpenAI, right? Because they took subscriptions. For example, these labs, they created over 24,000 accounts, and they asked about 16 million questions with Claude, right? They did also the same with OpenAI and Gemini. So this means that weaker AI models are actually catching up with advanced AI models using this kind of stealing, as they are trying to say. But China, they are telling that this is not stealing, this is optimization. Because since you have blocked, I mean the US have blocked the supply of semiconductors, then what we will do? We have to create advanced AI models in China itself in this manner. So Chinese people are telling this. So this is one conflict which is going on. The second conflict which is going on is actually Anthropic, Pentagon, and the Kiel Chen. Let us actually understand what also happened just on 28th Feb or the 1st or 2nd of March. There were some statements which were coming up from Anthropic CEO and Pentagon. These two were fighting together. They were fighting for what? For example, there were so many news outlets which were reporting that AI model of Anthropic such as Claude and Opus was used in planning of the Iranian attack. Just try to imagine this, guys. We are right now using AI to plan which kind of missiles we should use, which kind of targets we should hit, where there can be a probability of the nuclear sites, where there can be a probability of the housing and the security establishments of the Iranian royal guards. So this means that AI is right now being used by Pentagon, Israel, and most of the other countries also. Also, in the recent Russia-Ukraine crisis, we have seen how AI has been used to connect the various drones between each other, and these drones hit various Russian facilities too. So this means that AI is a very real part of not only our day-to-day lives, but also in conflicts. And that is why traditional warfare generally believe that okay, the countries which had better nuclear weapons, better missiles, fighter jets, satellites were actually having more edge than when we compare with countries which were having less of them. Right now, the balance is totally changing. Right now, countries are using AI models to target and have more precision. But Anthropic is a company which do not believe in this kind of use of AI in warfare. And that is why their CEO told that you cannot use our own AI model to plan wars. Even if war is lawful, you cannot do that. So they declined. And the Pentagon and the Donald Trump administration, they threatened that if you do not allow us, we will blacklist you. Still, Anthropic told that these threats do not change our position. And that actually went on. And that is why you have to understand some of the big corporate companies, even they have very high ethical institutions and standards for themselves, right? For example, Anthropic can imagine that okay, they will not be using AI or its own model for autonomous weapons without the interruption of human beings, right? They will tell that okay, we will not allow our technology to be used for surveillance. Even in various instances, Apple publicly denied disclosure of its customers' information to the US government, just behind the lens of surveillance. So we have seen how sometimes the corporate companies stand up against the government. But still, at the end of the day, the US government went ahead to sign deal with Grok, Google, and most importantly, OpenAI. At the end of the day, Anthropic is just a single company, but it is not the only company in AI. There are so many other companies. So Pentagon went ahead with this kind of technology which has been used and still is being used in planning of wars. And that is why, guys, you may have wondered why these kind of missile strikes and while this kind of fighting which is going on is so intense, it is happening all of a sudden simultaneously across countries because of AI. AI is planning all those things, and the human beings in the armed forces, they are releasing according to those plans. This is exactly what is happening right now, because AI can enhance your intel gathering, it can enhance your military targeting precision, it can actually talk about integrating the cyber networks and totally crippling and hacking the cyber networks of your enemy nations, right? Also, it can lead to the generation of autonomous weapons. That can be a simple algorithm which is fitted into a missile, and that missile can totally go on its own AI function, right? Also, surveillance systems and decision support systems are where AI can enhance it, because we have to understand that AI is right now functioning as an automatic kill chain, because the traditional kill chain, or the way in which countries used to identify and attack its enemy firstly, was where the traditional armed forces, maybe the army, the navy, would go and find and identify the targets. They would fix the location, monitor movement, decide the attack, engage and strike, and finally try to evaluate the result. Sometimes this can take years. If you look into the various Mossad operations, right? Mossad operations sometimes takes decades, right? They take decades, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. And even some people are telling that this operation which is going on against Iran has been planned for decades. But right now, when we are trying to use AI, from starting to kill, AI can try to automate, if not within seconds, but within hours or within days. That same thing which traditionally used to take maybe 5 months, 6 months, 1 year, 5 year, 1 decade, 2 decades, it would try to streamline everything. It will try to make things much more lethal and faster, because AI can do better and faster satellite image analysis. Because maybe sometimes, for example, say if you are in the battleground and you want to analyze the satellite image surrounding you, you may miss some details, you may miss some houses or some plants where there can be mines, but AI can detect it for you. AI can have better pattern recognition. AI can have better analysis of legal situations. It can actually talk about some situations which are totally legal, right? It can also do some actions which are totally legal but totally unethical also. But since they are legal, AI systems go on with it, because AI does not have an heart, right? And at the end of the day, everything can be analyzed better with AI. So the main issues with these two events, firstly, distillation and the use of AI in warfare recently, as you can also see, which is being used in Iran right now, they have severe ramifications for our future. Firstly, all of these companies such as Google, Gemini, or say OpenAI and various other companies right now are having competition to secure government contracts, similar to the contracts that you see are used in the repair and maintenance of the national highways, the state highways, or the local roads. You can understand, we get proper contracts for them. Right now, the government of US, of various other countries, Russia, Ukraine, they are using AI and they are contracting them out to the private companies. The private companies are right now in a competitive pressure, and in this competitive pressure for more profits, they forget humanity. Next, when we talk about having some specific rules and regulations of some AI models, that means, for example, say if AI right now is not giving you slangs, or AI right now is not giving you deep fakes which are critically harmful for the society, right? That means that that particular company of AI has set some internal rules and regulations that okay, this content should not be generated, should not be given to the public. Though internally, maybe that thing is possible with that technology, but still on a public platform it is not possible. But that is where we understand that some of the restrictions, some of the things which we should not do are not yet clear, right? That is why guardrails or restrictions of AI models are not yet clear. That is why China can go on and steal all those IP address, steal all the data, steal all the coding, all the algorithms of complex and advanced US based AI systems, right? They can also do the same to India too. Also, AI systems fast track the lethality. Just imagine 28 Feb was the strike when US and Israel had on Iran. Till right now, we have seen how there have been so many missile strikes simultaneously hitting around 30-40 targets at one time. So see how this particular target is lethal. Also, if you have understood that the striking of that school in Iran, where there were so many girls, small girl students, that was mistakenly fired by US according to various experts, right? So these are the lethal ramifications where AI does not distinguish between enemy and humanity. Also, cheap war paradox is going on right now. AI planning and AI attacks can also be done by terrorists right now if they take some Claude AI or Gemini subscriptions, right? Subscriptions worth only thousands of rupees. They can plan attack on billions of dollars of investments in various parts of the country. That means AI is actually quite cheaper for everyone right now. And right now, word is also becoming cheaper. Let that sink in. In the comment section, let me know what are the various other implications of this. Because AI is making everything much more cheaper, mainly information to be much more cheaper. With that information, you can do anything. Also, many people are also comparing this rise of AI and these agents, autonomous agents, to nuclear weapons. While the author does not agree completely with it, but still there are various amounts of instances we have seen where AI can be becoming very dangerous. So that is why we need a world where there must be AI related governance when we talk about national defense and security. So firstly, companies, they cannot do anything, right? They are going for profits, and some companies like Anthropic, they maybe have their own amount of codes and standards, but all the companies are not following that. So definitely we need India, we need various other countries, like-minded countries, to come up with various agreements to curb this kind of use. We must be having more amount of responsible use of AI, right? Also, when we talk about meaningful human control, human beings must be in the loop of such attacks, of such war related events, till the last decision where we are trying to execute someone or execute the various leaders. Human beings must be in the last loop, and that must be by law. Also, mass surveillance must be totally be prohibited in various AI models internally. To prevent 1984, this is one book by George Orwell. Some of you may have read this book. In the comment section, you can let me know who have read it. So this is a situation in this book which is trying to say that in the future, right, this book was kind of written in the early 1900s. So George Orwell, he was speculating what will happen in the year 1984, where the government will be dominating everything. Government will be knowing what time you wake up, what time you go to sleep, what time you go to office, what time you go to your friends, what you talk, everything the government is knowing. Why? Because of surveillance, because of AI right now. You have to prevent a 1984 event. Use these words in your main answers, guys, to actually have better amount of value additions. Also, we must be having better AI governance rule globally. Totally banning mass surveillance, totally trying to audit AI systems by third party agencies to see if some systems are not going above board, and also transparency in military AI so that AI systems are not misused by the military. And at the end of the day, we must also follow the Geneva Conventions. Geneva Conventions are very important when we talk about a just war. How wars are sometimes important to bring in peace, definitely, but wars must not be the only means to all ends, right? This is what the Geneva Conventions, to various conventions, it is trying to say. And at the end of the day, we have various implications for us. Firstly, we should be having our own AI model, our own sovereign AI model, which is actually heavily protected. For example, the source code, the algorithms are protected, and where these Chinese companies should not come in and steal our own source code. We are not having any semiconductor restrictions or whatsoever. And that is why India must be having better AI infrastructure going forward. China, look at China, what China has done. It has tried to take older generations of NVIDIA chips and create almost the same amount of advanced AI system such as US companies. So if India right now is not having that kind of restrictions, why should not we have better AI models than China at least, right? And after we have developed that, we should be protecting it. We should be having a law to prevent any misuse by the government also. So that was all for this topic. You have a question here. Now let us move on to the prelims pointers.